I had no idea. And I guess it kind of makes sense that there's a big number of people that have never, ever, ever seen a cow in person in their life.
What?
I know. Somebody had this crazy idea. Let's do a study on it.
Okay.
So they did a study on it, and they say, I think it's like anywhere between 20 and 25% of people in this nation have never seen a cow in person.
20 to 25%?
It's some stupid number like that. Yeah.
That's a lot of people.
I know. It's a lot of people. It might be closer to like under 20%. However, it made me think the first time I've ever seen snow.
Mm-hmm. And how old were you?
I was like 23, 24 years old. Wow. No, I was 24 years old. And it was a 24-hour drive from Florida. I'd never seen snow. I was from Florida. And my wife's mother's husband drove me for 24 hours. He said, we're going to go see snow today. For 24 hours, we went all the way up to near the top of Michigan. And I saw snow for the first time. And I'm like, this is so different from what I thought. When I stepped on it, it was crunchy.
Oh,
it had a different kind of texture feel. I thought it was going to be powdery like sand because I grew up in Florida. And I'm like, wow, this is just so different. It was so cool. Even the icicles had a different feel from what I thought that they were going to feel like. And I'm thinking, I wonder if people are like that when they see a cow for the first time.
I would think so.
You know?
Yeah, like they might be bigger than they thought or a different color, or I don't know, maybe their hair looks different than they expected.
Feels different if you touch it, and then if you've ever milked a cow before, how different that experience must have been, like what you thought it was. And it made me think about how different it was when you finally saw whatever it was for the very first time in your life.
Yeah,
you know, because you
were.
Yeah, and you could have been like an adult like I was, or you were just a kid and you always dreamed of seeing something. But what was that experience like for you? Here's the number. We'd love to hear from you. It's 800-447-7234. Go ahead and join the conversation.
His Morning Crew.
For me, it was snow that I saw for the first time, and I didn't expect for snow to be what it was. For other people, it's cows because they came out with a study. People have never seen a cow, but I'm thinking about, wow, I wonder what they thought of how different it was when they saw it for the first time. I don't know what it was for you, but we'd love to hear from you. It's Rob and Liz, His Morning Crew on His Radio.
Well, Lizzie texted and she said, I remember seeing the ocean for the first time. She'd gone on a mission trip to North Carolina and they made a stop at the beach. And she just remembers like closing her eyes, just listening to everything and just the feeling and then the sandy water on her feet. And just, she says she felt God in a way that she had never felt him before, which is pretty amazing. Then I know. And then Michelle said that her experience of arriving at the Charleston airport 19 years ago, there were only 2 terminals, streets lined with palm trees, the beautiful weather. She's from New York. She'd never seen anything like that before. And they moved here. They moved to Charleston because of it.
Well, from New York, and I don't know what part of New York. I mean, let's say she's from the city and she leaves LaGuardia and then sees the big, concrete jungle of New York City and Manhattan that you're leaving. And then you come to Charleston, little tinier airport than LaGuardia, and then the whole layout and everything is so different. Yeah.
Just that easy feeling. Yeah. Well, I remember flying over, we were going to Chicago and I had kind of taken a nap and I woke up and I looked at Lake Michigan and I thought, did the pilot just take a wrong turn? Because are we over the Atlantic? Like it was so, right. I didn't expect it to be so massive.
They are huge. Yeah. So huge. So for me, snow. For Liz, it's being on a Great Lake, thinking she was on an ocean. But what was it for you that, you thought it was going to be one way? It turned out to be something different when you saw it for the very first time. Here's our number. It's 800-447-7234. We'd love to hear from you.
Rob and Liz.
His Morning Crew.
How different was it for you when you saw something for the first time? You've never seen it with your own eyes for years. And then for the first time you saw it, it was like, oh, this is nothing like I thought it was going to be like. I'm Rob. That's Liz. It's His Morning Crew on His Radio. So here's a text from Ella. I like what Ella said because she drove from Florida to Chicago. It was in the middle of the night. She'd never seen snow in her life. And she woke up while snow was starting to fall. And all she heard at first was the was the sound of the snow hitting the car. Because she's from Florida, she thought at first it was love bugs. She's like, are there love bugs here? And it's like, no, sweetie, that's snow.
Wait. What in the world is a love bug?
You don't know what a love bug is, Liz?
I've never
know what a love bug is.
I've heard of Herbie the love bug. I've never heard of the love bug.
These are real bugs. And there's a certain season when I'll put it this way, with kids in the car, they date.
Okay.
So when these love bugs date, they're all over by thousands and thousands. And when you're driving through Florida, I'm trying to remember what time of the year it is. It might be near the end of the summer or the beginning of fall, something like that. They're all over your windshield and the grill of your car.
I have never heard of a love bug. Okay, that's something that now I have to see.
Yeah.
Marion said I was a teenager the first time I ever saw a roadrunner. She wasn't talking about like Wile E. Coyote and the Roadrunner, like an actual roadrunner. She was in New Mexico, and she said they were a whole lot smaller than she expected.
Yeah, the things do exist outside of a Bugs Bunny cartoon.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
You know, the thing that you saw for the very first time, and when you saw it for the very first time, like in person, you saw in pictures, magazines, on TV, for me, it was snow. Snow was not like what I thought it was going to be when I saw it for the first time in my life in my 20s, because I was born and raised in Florida. So I'm wondering what it was like for you, that thing that you saw for the very first time in your life that you only saw in pictures and you finally experienced in person. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew, 800-447-7234. For Liz, it was what, the beach?
No, it was Lake Michigan. I had never seen a Great Lake before, and I got on a plane.
Okay.
And when I woke up, I thought
Liz is popping in and out, but that's okay.
Uh-oh.
She was talking about how Lake Michigan looked like it was a big ocean. She thought she was flying over the wrong place. This is how Zoom works. Sometimes we get you, sometimes we don't. But here's the thing. We have Stacy on the line. And Stacy, what is it for you?
In magazines, on TV, you always see the Hollywood sign, like this big glorious thing atop a mountain. And it looks huge and substantial, like this force of word art. And then when you get close to it, it looks like you could literally take your foot and kick it over.
Did it look dirty to you?
You know, it's been a while. I thought, wow, this is LA. This is where all the money is. These people should be able to provide a little bit better of a sign. But then,
right.
You know, like, keep your sign up, people. But then I thought, well, it's been there for so long. They're keeping the history, I suppose.
Why'd you go to LA?
I was detouring off of a trip. I was at a women's conference and had family out there that I had never actually visited. And so I tagged that into a trip that direction and was visiting with a friend out. And he was showing me where things were. And we went to the sign. We also were there for one of the big award ceremonies. We went down, and some lady was looking for Oprah. It was crazy. But I was underwhelmed.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
It's Thanksgiving morning. You turn on the TV, and there's the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. And boy, as you already know, it's going to look so different. And they keep differentizing it, so to say. It's Rob and Liz, his morning crew on his radio. Add that to the dictionary, Webster.
How you spell that? No, I don't care if it is changed a little bit. I'm still looking forward to it. I mean, that's a tradition as I'm getting Thanksgiving together, you know, getting ready to serve about 12 or 12:30, and you've got it on in the background.
And then it's going to be so different now. I mean, it's only a block long. They're recording all the performances. And I just heard that all the performances, you know, you usually see them outside. There's the grandstand, there's the people. Since there's no live audience, they're going to do all the performances inside Macy's instead of outside on 34th Street.
Yeah, right there at Herald Square.
So Lauren Elena is going to perform.
Okay. Dolly
Parton is going to perform. So is Patti LaBelle. So you've got some powerhouses a part of the performances. I'm looking forward to Dolly Parton.
I am too. I hope she sings Hard Candy Christmas. I love the way she sounds so sweet in that song.
Heart? Did you say heart candy?
No, Hard Candy Christmas.
Okay.
Like your grandma's hard candies that she used to give you.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
See, look at that. Liz is into Dolly Parton.
I like her.
I've only been to the park.
She's cute.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
That's wild about that whole recall with these Ring doorbells.
What's going on?
You didn't hear this?
No,
The
I
Ring
don't have
doorbells-
one.
Oh, well, then you probably, if you don't have one, it's like, okay, whatever. How does that affect me? Here's like the Ring recalls, the doorbells, you know what they are. They have the camera in front of them. There's been a big onslaught of people buying those things this year because more people are ordering online and they want to see porch pirates if they're going to catch them. So the ones sold between June and October this year, there's a recall because they've been catching on fire.
Oh, that's not good.
No, it's not good at all. So far, there's been 23 doorbells that caught on fire, caused some property damage. 8 people had some minor issues, minor burns because I guess they were trying to put it out, going, wait.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Thing closed, but there's like 350,000 of those Ring doorbells were sold this year, just between June and October, and they were sold on Amazon. So if you have one, you bought it on Amazon between June and October this year, that's the ones that are on recall right now, those doorbells.
No, see, I never got one because I have a guard dog. She'll just love you to death.
Same here. We do have one Ring camera.
Yeah.
But it's an inside camera. And the reason why we got it is that when we moved, we wanted to see when the people were out of our house so that we could go back home.
Oh, yeah. So you could say, okay, they vacated the premises. We can get back into our house.
This is when we were selling our house at the end of last year and moved over to the house just across town. And, and love realtors. They're amazing people. I just wish that there was a system that they would, and maybe there is, and the ones that were showing our home just didn't use it. But they never notified us when they were out of the house. And we had like 2 dogs and we would park in a park and it was cold and rainy and stuff. So we got the Ring doorbell so that we could see when people actually left the house. And we had it sitting inside just staring at the door, as people open the door and close the door kind of a thing.
Yeah. And the puppies are like, yes, we can go home, get some kibbles and bits.
Yeah, because some people would stay for like 5 minutes and others would stay the whole hour. And the ones that stay 5 minutes, then we could go back home.
Yeah. Makes it easier.
In the cold and the dark and the rain all the times that we were showing the house. But those aren't on the recall. That's the other doorbell bringer thingies on the recall.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
I wish you could see the entries that are coming in, and I hope we have yours. If not, please enter to win. Be a miracle, because not only will you get that trip to Dollywood, the overnight stay with your family, but you have the opportunity to use $1,000. It'll be in your hands, and it'll be a shopping spree for this family that's in need that you have the opportunity to help out. That's what Be a Miracle is all about.
Yeah, Laura, she went online, hisradio.com, and she said, I want to be a miracle. Here's the thing. She's a teacher. She said, I'm a teacher who sees firsthand what a lot of these kids are going through and the need that is out there. And it's so great. She said, but also I'm a teacher, so I don't have a lot of extra money. And so doing something like this, giving back, is something that I would absolutely love to do. And she wants to do it with not only her family, but specifically her daughter. So her daughter sees the importance of giving back to those who are in need.
That's what being a good mom's all about.
Yeah.
Oh, you're an amazing mom. I love that. I hope she wins the $1,000 shopping spree, the trip to Dollywood. Here's how you enter, just like she did. Go to hisradio.com. It's right there. Be a Miracle. You can enter to win right there. If you're listening on the app, just tap on Be a Miracle. It's right in front of you as you're listening on the app, or just text this word and we'll send you the link. The word is miracle. I know, pretty simple, right? Miracle at 800-447-7234.
His morning crew.
I was thinking when I saw this the other day, Liz would know if it's real or not. She can help me kind of dive through this, what I thought might be fake news. It's Rob and Liz, His Morning Crew on His Radio. Here's what I think fake news is. Please tell me if I'm wrong, but here's the fake news I think it is. That Mountain Dew is coming out with a cookbook. Fake or not?
No, that is real. That is truth. Yeah, they're coming out with a cookbook. It's going to be about $30. And what it is, every single recipe has Mountain Dew in it. Different variations, like there's a Code Red brisket. I've never made a brisket, so I don't know if those flavors pair well, but evidently it does. There's also cupcakes. And now I have never actually made a Mountain Dew pound cake. There's a 7-Up pound cake, and it just makes it kind of light and airy. because I guess of the carbonation. I guess that's how that works. But there's also where you can take a can of soda and put it into the bottom of a chicken. And then when you cook it, yeah, all the water evaporates and then it gets all the goodness from the soda, if you want to call it goodness.
I don't know
So
if I want my chicken to taste like Mountain Dew.
it doesn't taste like Mountain Dew. It's more of a moisture factor, I think, is how it works. And it gives just the sweetness to it. I have had it with Pepsi. I've never had it with Mountain Dew. And if I did it, I'd use the diet version to cut down on the sugar.
They have like breakfast items in this thing?
They have a little bit of everything. They have pancakes. They also have eggs.
And
I
eggs.
can see that. Now, the pancakes I get because, again, it's going to make them lighter, I think, because of the carbonation. The eggs, I don't know what they're thinking there. I got no ideas on that one.
This is like, I don't know if I want to get this. This would be a gag gift if I ever got it.
I would possibly think about giving it to my husband because he loves, as we call it at the house, DMD, Diet Mountain Dew. So I think he might like some of these recipes.
Well, now I've got a Christmas gift idea.
His morning crew.
Have you picked up any hobbies over this year that you could possibly turn into some sort of gift for somebody?
Yeah, probably emergency surgery.
No, we don't want that gift. Okay. We don't even want you to have that. Okay.
I don't want this gift either that I had a couple weeks ago.
I have baked a lot more during the pandemic. A lot of people have honestly taken some online classes like crocheting, knitting, cross-stitching, baking, painting, all these types of things during the pandemic. And so what some of the experts who look at, how we're buying things for Christmas and whatever, they're saying that we're going to get more homemade gifts this year than ever before. I am completely down with that.
Yeah, it's a lot cheaper. And people seem to tend to keep those things a lot longer.
They really do. And, I'm down with that as far as I don't know how many homemade gifts I will give, but I love getting them. I even brought in a couple of things that I still have that my kids made when they were in school because it's sentimental. Like this, I've got a bookmark that Hayden made me. I think he must have been pre-K or something like that. But it's got his little picture in it. He also painted me a pig, and it is a pink pig, but it's got like a purple tail.
Oh, that's great.
It's so cute. And then Luke made me, and this must have been pre-K as well, but it's a jewelry box, just a little wooden jewelry box. And these guys stay, some are like on the bookshelf at the house, and then one stays in the Bible, the bookmark. So they mean a lot.
That is so cool. It makes me even think what your mom and dad might have that you made them.
Oh, I know that they have some things. My mom has a couple of like books or poems that I wrote her when I was little.
She still has them?
She does.
That's so cool. I'm glad she kept them like that.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
I wonder about you. Maybe your kids made you something, you're still hanging on to them. Why would you get rid of them in the first place? And maybe you came across one day something that your mom and dad hung on to for years since you've had them as a little child. Here's a number. Hey, join the conversation. It's 800-447-7234.
Mornings with Rob and Liz.
So what are you doing for Thanksgiving? Is it going to be just your family? Are you actually going to cook this year? Or you're like, I'm done with it. I just want to order everything for Thanksgiving. That will alleviate some stress if you do that. Are y'all going to order this year, Rob?
So for the Dempsey household, my wife's going to make everything. And then we've got two of our older kids that are out of the house, going to be at home for Thanksgiving. Yeah. And of course, our little Eli. So it'll just be immediate family, so to say, for our Thanksgiving feast, and we'll cook it.
Yeah. Well, I was on with the other day, we were on the phone talking, ordering his family's Thanksgiving meal from one of the restaurants.
You're going to have to say who that was again, because you disappeared for just a quick moment.
Oh, just a friend of mine. Well, we were on the phone and he said he was going to order his Thanksgiving meal. He was online ordering it right then for Thanksgiving. So a lot of people are doing that this year. And I think it's because maybe you've got fewer people that are going to be at your house. So it's maybe more affordable and you don't get stressed out. So what is the cost of I'm calling COVID Thanksgiving? And I hate to call it that, but that's kind of where we are. It's the reality of it. It looks like for a family of 4, it could cost you anywhere from like $40 to $60 for the ingredients. This is not one that is fully prepared. This is for the ingredients. So you've got the cornbread mix for your dressing. You've got your turkey, your cranberry sauce, maybe even an apple pie or something.
Yeah. So that doesn't sound bad. $40.
It really does. Now, still, you have to cook it. It doesn't come fully prepared. So if you want to get it fully prepared, it might be $150. But I don't think that's bad either to have somebody bring you all the ingredients you need for Thanksgiving Day. You can do it through Instacart, Amazon Fresh, Walmart, and they're all kind of about the same price.
Not bad.
I don't think so.
$100, not bad for family. That's a family of 4, you're saying.
A family of 4. You got more than that. Of course, the price can go up just a little bit.
Everything made for you. All you have to do is just throw it away at the end.
I know. For $150, I'll do it.
Rob and Liz.
His morning crew.
When Johnny and his wife were married, they made a promise to each other. They said this, when we grow old together, we're never going to a nursing home. We're staying right here in this home. Well, they grew old together. And he started to get a little feeble. He had to be in a walker and then a wheelchair. 67 years they've been married. Sadly, she did pass away. He's in his 90s. He's like 95 years old, a World War II veteran, Johnny is. And Johnny still wants to keep that promise he made to his wife. He does not want to go into a nursing home. He made that promise.
Of course he wants to keep it. Yeah.
So his grandson, Roger, and his wife devised a plan. And so Roger said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to stop everything that we're doing. And my wife and I are going to take Grandpa Johnny in an RV across the nation and start marking things off his bucket list.
Oh, they really did that?
They did. They went everywhere. Oh, and they named the RV with license plates because Grandpa Johnny would always call his wife Sweet Mary. That's what they named the RV, Sweet Mary. When they revealed the license plates, he started crying. It was so amazing. And so far, they've been to Tombstone, Arizona. They've been to the White Sands in New Mexico. They went to a lot of cities in Texas. He's always wanted to see San Antonio and Austin and Dallas. They've been to Rosa Catina. And, oh, no, that's a song in El Paso. Never mind. But
they went to El Paso.
He went to El Paso and sang a song, evidently. But it's so nice that these grandkids of his just wanted to do something and go, you know what? We want to honor Grandma Mary as well, your Sweet Mary. So, Grandpa, you're with us in an RV the rest of your days. We're just going to travel all over the place.
How incredible is it that they took time out of their lives? Because if he's 90, I'm not thinking they're like, early 20s or something. So they took time out of their jobs, their lives, their families to say, you were there for us, Grandpa. Let us be there for you.
What a touching thing, huh? It's not a nursing home. It's RV living.